Welcome back, Sag. This is Tammy from Spot On Psychic Readings, and I wanted to come in and just do a follow-up on the last reading where I got the Empress, who was crossed by this nasty Five of Swords energy and maybe causing you a loss of money, an unwelcome change, and ultimately Ten of Pentacles, okay? I wanted to see where this was going and just look into this a little deeper for those of you who wanted to know more about this energy. If you haven't seen part one, you might want to watch at least the tail end of that where I was talking about these 5 cards. I didn't want that reading to get too long and I wanted to continue it. So I'm going to ask for some clarification on this situation because they started a whole new thing at the end of that reading that I felt like warranted a whole other reading, a whole other look at this, okay? So what I'm going to do is, what I usually do with Sag, we're going to look at the earth meaning of this and the spiritual meaning of this, okay? Because you all are very multidimensional. So I'm asking about the Empress, which is representing you, and what happened? What was this unwelcome change that ultimately brought you in Ten of Pentacles, and what happened there exactly, okay? All right. What happened there, and what does Sag need to know? I'd like to know what that Ten of Pentacles was about, what you're supposed to do with that Ten of Pentacles, Sag, what's coming in for you. What else do you need to know? And I'm going to pull these light worker cards first because many of you are light workers. And then I'm going to go into the traditional tarot and get you some information on the more earth side. So we're going to look at the star being side of this and the earth side of this because you all have a dual mission, okay? So let's see what this says about you. What you need to know about that. You know, Five of Swords can be somebody who was, going back to these again. The Five of Swords that caused this whole big thing for you, Sag, that many of you went through. This Five of Swords is a pretty nasty energy. It can be somebody aggressive, somebody who undermines you, somebody tries to cut you off at the knees, all kinds of like really aggressive and passive aggressive energies with this card. And this was somebody who may have caused you a monetary loss or other kinds of losses and some kind of a change that was unwelcome that probably involves some sort of karmic situation with whoever or whatever this situation was. Ultimately though, causing a good thing for you. Or will, depending on where you are on this cycle. So here's what these cards to clarify has to say. You have been training for this for lifetimes, Sag. This is the age of light. This is where you are right now in this age of light. What I'm hearing from the guides right now is you were supposed to get away from that Five of Swords energy. If you had stayed with that energy, you wouldn't be in this age of light right now. That energy was holding you back, Sag, okay? That energy was holding you back. You've been training for this for lifetimes. You have, because right now you are ascending. That's what I'm also hearing. You are ascending and you needed to get that drain off of you. You needed whatever that was trying to hold you back from your soul purpose and trying to kind of feed off of your energy a lot. You needed to get away from that, okay? All right, I'm cooled off now. I'd gotten a little warm a minute ago. Okay, so Unbound, this is releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Oh, okay. So your Five of Swords energy that caused you this big deal, okay, was some sort of an old past life karmic situation. I said that earlier. It was about you releasing those old patterns with that person. It was about you releasing old soul contracts that no longer worked, And you can see how that person's floating up into the light after releasing this person. So it may have felt like that person did that to you, and I think they certainly did. But it was for the reason of you getting rid of it. It needed to be cut out of your life. It needed to be cut loose from you, okay? So all those soul contracts that were outdated are done, and this is having to do with clearing up past life ties so you won't keep being drawn back into that situation. It did create quite a conflict. I mean, it's in the conflict position for sure. This is about you were dimming your light to stay with that situation or that person, all right? This is don't dim your light. It's a question here. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? But this came up reversed, like you quit doing that. This is what's in your aura at this time, this card, and it's about you release that. You're no longer dimming your light to fit in with whatever that situation or that person was that was draining your energy, Sag, like keeping you from reaching higher levels, reaching, what you came here to be, what you've worked lifetimes for. That energy was just holding you back because it was not upgrading. Transformation. You did go through transformation for sure, as shown also in this Judgment card. Remember, the Judgment card came up reversed. Here's the transformation card. It's kind of the same thing. Things are changing at a cellular level, and there's been deep healing with this major change and this major transformation. And you needed some major healing after that person or situation was draining your energy for years. I feel like for some of you, years, it had been draining your energy. That's now going into the past. Coming up in the future, what that situation caused coming up for you is that you can now share your voice. You're now in your full energy, taking your power back, Sag. And this is about you coming out of the cave, persecution, and expression. And you may have felt all three of those. You may have felt like you were stuck in a cave with that other person or situation, okay? I think for many of you, it was both. You were in a situation with a person, and that person and that situation were draining you. This is about you getting out of that. You're coming out of what felt like a cave for a lot of you, okay? And you may have felt persecuted. You may have felt that. I would say definitely that Five of Swords energy was persecuting you in some way, holding you back, undermining you, gaslighting you. I feel like there was aggression at times. There may have been violence for some of you in that situation that you felt like you had to really run from, get away from, hide from. That may be why the cave. There's a lot there. There was a lot there that a lot of you went through. Fear, different things like that. And it was suppressing a lot of you. It was suppressing what you came here to do. And this is about you now sharing your voice, Sag, all right? In lots of different ways. You may be sharing that experience that you went through with that person or situation. And you may be now telling about that or helping other people who are going through that sort of thing to come out of it, to also maybe helping them get out of the cave and supporting those who want to really share their gifts. I said this in the earlier video, Sag, you came here with a lot of gifts, a lot of skills and talents and gifts, and people are jealous of that a lot of times. A lot of times you do bump up against these energies that are really jealous of what you came here with. And they do want to cut you off the knees. They don't want to see you succeed, unfortunately. So this is about get grounded, empaths, highly sensitives, and connect with nature. And this is where you probably are going at this time. And if not, this is what the cards are urging you to do. Those of you coming out of this Five of Swords, nasty energy kind of situation that you were in. It's about regrounding your energy. And there's a lot to be said for living in nature or being in nature. And I know for a long time now, I've lived in nature by myself with the dogs. And it's interesting how you really get in tune with things that you weren't in tune with before, especially if you're an empath. And a lot of you Sagittarius are empaths and sensitives. And this card is urging you to get into nature. You know, really get back into that rhythm of the trees and the grass and the sky and the stars. You'll feel like a different person. You'll feel like yourself. You won't feel like a different person. You'll feel like who you really are, okay? Grounding. It's all about grounding. This is Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. You are not alone, Sag. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. And as I've said many times, a lot of your ancient ancestors are star beings. They're out there. A lot of you know them. A lot of you are connecting with them. And I'm really glad you're here on this channel. I really am. So welcome to this group, all right? And the last thing they're saying about this, and then I'm going to go and get some more clarification with the traditional tarot. The reason this happened, it says, oh wow, this is the card of Lemuria. Creating heaven on earth. It's happening. So, Sag, for a lot of you, this is why the whole situation happened. You had to get out of that situation with that person, and because that energy was draining you, because you are ascending. Heaven on earth, I say that's the ascension. I say that's fifth dimensional energy. And you came here to help bring that in, right? You came here to help light up the world, to bring that. And you couldn't do it with that dark energy hanging on you like a ball and chain around your ankle every day. So now that you're free and you can share your voice, you've been training for this for lifetimes. You've gone through this transformation at a cellular level. This is huge. Your light is no longer being dimmed. You're grounding yourself, and you've got ancient ancestors beside you. So this is what's happening. This is why you were taken out of that bad situation. Let's see if there's anything else they want to tell us for clarification with this, Sag. Very interesting, isn't it? I feel like that person wanted to leech off of you, wanted to just be like a parasite, just kind of leech off your energy all the time. So many Sag have dealt with that. Here's a new path. I'm going to pull a few of these. Let's get this snapshot. Okay, snapshot picture here. What else does Sag need to know? This one? Oh, okay. So Sag, a lot of you are getting your wish. Here's 9 of Cups energy. And you are going on a new path, shown as the Fool card. And I think you've been on this new path for some time. It may feel hard at times. It may feel like a conflict at times, but nevertheless, you're on that new path. There is a King of Cups on that path. Now, this is somebody who is usually very spiritual and very much a good listener, usually a masculine energy. So for some of you, there is a King of Cups energy here. This is a person who's leading with their heart, very much in tune. This person, I feel like you're being led to this person, a lot of you Sag. And that person may be the reason you move. In the earlier reading, the part 1 of this, there was something about relocation or a new career, or this person may be moving closer to you, coming in closer to you. So it will be a little different for everybody, but this is 6 of Swords energy. And it also represents you moving away from that turbulent situation you were in before. All right. But this King of Cups, this is somebody new. I'll get some more. I'll get a couple of cards extra on that. And there's a message coming in, Sag. There's a message of good news. For some of you, this could be a message that leaves you a little unsettled. It showed up in the previous reading as well. But there's definitely some kind of a message. I feel a strong message coming in. Let me pull a couple more. I didn't want to make this real long. I just wanted to do a quick update, bonus, get a little more information on it, because I felt like if I stopped on the other reading, I was leaving you all hanging, and I don't like to do that. So I wanted to give you all the information. I always give people everything that I get, the good, bad, and the ugly, if it's there. None of this has been ugly, though. This has all been amazing. Okay, so this is something to do with work or a new project or a new business, Sag, 8 of Pentacles. I'll show you the cards in a second. It's bringing you into a really joyful, happy time, potentially a marriage, shown as the 10 of Cups with this King of Cups. There's a 4 of Pentacles energy here, which is holding on to money, holding on to resources, saving things. 3 of Pentacles. Wow. 3 and 4 of Pentacles here, Sag. So there's a lot here about, there's been a 10 of Swords. There's a lot here about meeting or connecting with this King of Cups energy, having to do with business, which is 8 of Pentacles. Sorry, my dogs are barking out there. And this 10 of Cups energy. So I feel like the business is leading into a lot of joy and happiness and something lasting, potentially a relationship, potentially a marriage, maybe a happy business, having to do with this King of Cups. So this is going to be a person you meet. Now, it could be a Queen of Cups for some of you in a collective reading. I'm just giving it to you as it's coming up, but keep in mind this could be a feminine figure for some of you, all right? There's 3 and 4 of Pentacles, so new opportunities with money and holding on to some of your resources, saving money and things like that. This 10 of Swords is over with. This already came and went. This goes with this 5 of Swords energy. And I think a lot of you did go through a really bad ending in order to get here. Because if you were still in that situation, your energy would be drained, you would be pulled down, you wouldn't be as high vibe as you are right now, Sag. Look at this, here it is again. 3rd time. The Empress came out twice in your other readings, and here it is again. This is representing your energy, Sag, Empress. And I'm going to leave it at this, but let me explain Empress real quick. Empress is somebody who's the person in charge, the person who brings things to fruition, sometimes is a mother. Often a mother gives birth to babies or empires, and take it as it resonates. This could be an emperor. Some of you, it's representing you as the emperor, also the person in charge, but a masculine. And this is having to do with somebody who's really into nature, as you can see by the animals on this card. Somebody who works with all the elements, very expansive kind of person. This is you, Sag, okay? This is representing you for the 3rd time today in this reading. So I'm going to leave it right there. I just wanted to follow up on that question of that 5 of Swords and what was happening there. Look where it's gotten you. This is amazing, Sag. That's why you went through that. You had to get loose from that situation in order to upgrade. And many of you have already upgraded now. If you haven't, you are in the midst of upgrading, and you are on that 5th dimensional ascension path where you need to be, okay? So, as always, pleasure to read for you all. Thanks so much for coming in, and I'll see you guys again soon. Okay, bye.